Okay, so these are a couple of important derivatives that you're going to have to memorize. So if f of x is equal to ln x, then the derivative is equal to 1 over x. If it's equal to e to the x, then the derivative is e to the x. If f of x is equal to log base a of x, a being any constant such as 2 or 5, then the derivative is going to be 1 over x times ln a. And if f of x is equal to a to the x, a being any constant, then the derivative is going to be a to the x times ln a. Okay, now let's look at an example problem. So let's say you're given ln 2x to the 4, and you're asked to find the derivative. Well, first recognize that you're going to have to use the chain rule because we have a composite function where 2x to the 4 is inside of ln. So remember with the chain rule, we go from the outside to the inside. So in this case, you would have to differentiate ln first. Remember that the derivative of ln of x is 1 over x. So in this case, it's going to be 1 over 2x to the 4. Then you're going to multiply it by the derivative of the inside function. So by using the power rule, we're going to multiply it by 8x cubed. And so you can simplify this to 8x cubed over 2x to the 4, which simplifies to 4 over x. So 4 over x would be the derivative of ln 2x to the 4. Alright, so what happens now when we want to find the derivative of e to the 2x minus 1? Again, you're going to need the chain rule because in this case it's another composite function where 2x minus 1 is inside the function of e to the x. So remember the derivative of e to the x is e to the x. So getting rid of this outer layer, you would see that it's still equal to e to the 2x minus 1. Now you'll have to multiply it by the inner function, which in this case is 2x minus 1. So using the power rule, the derivative of 2x minus 1 is going to be 2. So you're going to have to multiply that with e to the 2x minus 1. And so your answer would be 2 times e to the 2x minus 1. Okay, now let's say we're asked to find the derivative of log with the base of 6 x squared plus 1. Well, recognize again that this is going to require the chain rule because you have an outer function with the inner function x squared plus 1. So first to take the derivative of the outer function. Remember that a log with the base of ax is the derivative of that is going to be 1 over x ln a. So in this case, we do 1 over x squared plus 1, since x squared plus 1 is the inner function. And since the base is a, we'd multiply it by ln 6. And now you're going to have to do the chain rule and find the derivative of the inner function, which would be 2x. So you would multiply this by 2x. So the derivative would be 2x over x squared plus 1 times ln 6. Alright, so now let's say you're given 5 to the 3x squared. Well, recognize first that it's a chain rule problem because it's a composite function. You have 3x squared inside of 5 to the x. And remember earlier when if f of x is equal to a to the x, a being any constant, in this case it's going to be 5, f prime of x is going to equal to a to the x times ln a. So simply following this formula, we get that in order to differentiate the outer function, we get that 5 3x squared times ln of 5. And remember, you're going to have to multiply it by the derivative of the inner function. So using the power rule, this becomes 6x. And that would be your derivative.